Okay, so are you ready to dive into some serious drama?
Always up for some good old-fashioned relationship chaos.
That's what we're here for, right?
Exactly. So what are we getting into today?
We're tackling a love triangle.
Oh, a love triangle.
Yeah, and not just any love triangle. This one's got secrets, forbidden attractions, and a presence that lingers long after someone's gone.
Ooh, that's juicy.
Mhm.
And how are we getting this inside scoop?
Through excerpts from a romance novel.
So we get to be flies on the wall for all the drama.
More like we're reading their diaries as they navigate this mess of a situation.
I love it. Give me all the details.
All right, picture this Astor Hill, this elite college, where ambition and pressure are practically woven into the very fabric of the place.
Like a pressure cooker for emotions.
Exactly. Appearances matter more than anything.
And secrets.
Oh, they definitely have consequences.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Especially for our main players who are trying to figure out their hearts while also navigating this intense environment.
Okay, I'm hooked. Introduce me to these characters.
First up, we have Olivia, our protagonist.
What's she like?
She's ambitious, intelligent, and has this magnetic quality that draws people to her.
No, there's always a but, right?
Right beneath that confident exterior, she's carrying the weight of her best friend's death. Lily.
Ah, so there's the lingering presence you mentioned.
Exactly, and Lily left behind some secrets that are going to shake things up.
I bet. So how does she fit into this love triangle?
That brings us to the two brothers vying for Olivia's affection, Will and Ben.
Oh, brother versus brother. Classic.
Will is Olivia's current boyfriend, and he's your typical popular jock captain of the basketball team, charming, the type.
But there's more to him than meets the eye, I'm guessing.
You got it. There are hints that his relationship with Lily was more than just friendship.
Oh, so there are layers to this.
Definitely. And Will isn't exactly forthcoming with Olivia about his past.
Sounds like trouble brewing.
Now, for Ben, Will's estranged brother. He recently returned to Astor Hill after a mysterious departure.
Mysterious, what's his deal?
Well, he's harbored a long-held attraction to Olivia ever since he saw her at a party with Lily years ago.
Wait, so he's liked her for years?
It seems that way. And their connection is definitely forbidden. She's his brother's girlfriend, after all.
Forbidden love always adds that extra layer of intrigue.
Right. So here we have Olivia caught between these two very different brothers, both with their own baggage and secrets.
So where do her feelings lie?
Initially, she's drawn to Will's charisma and popularity.
Makes sense, he's the stereotypical heartthrob.
But as the story unfolds, there's a growing unease in their relationship.
Like something's not quite right.
Exactly. Her feelings are starting to shift, and her interactions with Ben, well, let's just say there's a different kind of energy there.
The forbidden fruit is always tempting, right?
It seems that way. They connect on an intellectual and emotional level that she's not experiencing with Will.
So it's more than just physical attraction.
Much more. They challenge each other's ideas, they share their love of literature.
Ah, the classic bond over books.
But of course, their connection is complicated by the fact that they're both entangled with Will.
Right, the elephant in the room being that they're all connected through him.
And then boom, the bombshell drops.
Don't leave me hanging. What happens?
Jen, Will's close friend, reveals that Will and Lily were secretly dating before she died. And Will never told Olivia.
Oh, wow. Talk about betrayal.
It's a complete game changer for Olivia. It makes her question everything she thought she knew about their relationship and about Will himself.
Yeah, that kind of revelation can really shatter your trust in someone.
It's like the foundation of their relationship has crumbled. And now Olivia's left to pick up the pieces.
So where does that leave her with Ben?
Well, now that she knows the truth about Will, she's free to explore her feelings for Ben without the weight of guilt and deception.
So this is where things get really interesting. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds.
That secret reveal definitely left Olivia in a tough spot.
Right. It makes you wonder if she can ever truly trust Will again.
Exactly, and it throws her connection with Ben into a whole new light.
It's like all bets are off now. The playing field is completely changed.
Okay, so let's talk about Ben for a minute.
Let's dive in. What's going on with him?
Well, amidst all this drama, he decides to rejoin the Astor Hill basketball team.
Oh, no, he didn't. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Right, now he's in direct competition with Will, not just for Olivia's affection, but on the court as well.
This is getting good. How does that play out?
The tension between them is palpable. You can practically cut it with a knife. The author does a brilliant job of capturing that rivalry through their interactions, both on and off the court.
So they're constantly butting heads.
It's like they're reliving their childhood battles, only now the stakes are much higher.
And Olivia's caught in the middle.
Exactly. It's
Yep.
like a pressure cooker on that team. Everyone's striving for success, and it's creating this really divisive atmosphere.
So it's not just a brotherly rivalry, it's impacting the whole team dynamic.
Absolutely. And Ben is really feeling the pressure. He's dealing with the anxiety of returning to the team, the weight of his past mistakes, and of course, the guilt of his growing feelings for Olivia.
It's a lot for one person to handle.
Right, and this is where we start to see a different side of Ben. The tough exterior cracks a little, and he confides in Olivia.
Oh, that's interesting. What does he tell her?
He opens up about his anxiety and the reasons he left Astor Hill 2 years ago.
That's a big step for him to take.
Yeah.
It shows a level of trust in Olivia.
Definitely. And she responds with incredible empathy and understanding. She doesn't judge him or try to fix him, she just listens.
Sometimes that's all someone needs, right? Just to feel heard.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder that being present with someone in their pain can be incredibly healing.
But let's be real here. The physical attraction between them isn't going away.
Oh, absolutely. The author doesn't shy away from that. The lingering looks that almost touches the unspoken desires, it's all there simmering beneath the surface.
So how long can they resist those feelings?
It's not long. It all comes to a head during a particularly heated practice. Ben and Will get so caught up in their one-on-one competition that they completely shut out the rest of the team.
This sounds intense. What happens?
The coach benches them, both sends them to the locker room to cool off.
I bet that didn't go well.
Not exactly. Will, fueled by jealousy and resentment, accuses Ben of trying to steal Olivia from him.
Oh, wow. So it's all out in the open now.
It's this raw, emotionally charged confrontation that exposes the roots of their rivalry.
So it's deeper than just basketball or Olivia.
Much deeper. It stems from years of competing for their father's approval, years of feeling inadequate and unworthy in each other's presence.
That's heartbreaking. It sounds like their father played a role in fostering this rivalry.
It's a classic example of how parental manipulation can have lasting consequences. It's created this toxic dynamic between them that threatens to destroy their chances at happiness.
But you mentioned a glimmer of hope.
Yes, in a moment of vulnerability, Ben opens up to Will about his struggles with anxiety and the reasons he left Astor Hill.
Wow, so he's finally being honest with his brother.
It's a turning point in their relationship. They're finally starting to see each other as human beings with flaws and pain, not just rivals.
So maybe there's a chance for them to repair their bond.
It's a fragile moment, but it's a start. And then Will takes it a step further.
What does he do?
He reaches out to Ben for help.
He asks for help.
Yeah, he's spiraling. He's drinking too much, isolating himself, engaging in self-destructive behavior.
He's hitting rock bottom.
It's a cry for help, and Ben, despite his own issues, steps up.
That's huge for him to put his own feelings aside and be there for his brother.
It is. He takes Will to their grandfather's house, a place where they both found solace and support during their difficult childhood.
So they're going back to their roots.
Exactly. It's a safe haven where Will can finally start to confront his demons. He begins therapy, talks about his issues, takes steps to address his self-destructive tendencies.
That's great. It sounds like he's on the road to recovery.
Yeah. It's a slow and painful process, but he's finally taking ownership of his actions and prioritizing his well-being.
And what about Olivia? Where does she fit into all of this?
Well, while Ben and Will are working through their issues, she's on her own journey of self-discovery. She's trying to figure out what she wants and what she deserves.
She's had to do a lot of soul searching.
Definitely. And she's drawn to Ben's authenticity, his vulnerability, the way he sees her for who she truly is.
But she's still aware of the complications their relationship presents.
Oh, absolutely. And those complications are only heightened when she stumbles upon Ben's apartment.
Wait, what happens?
It's not what she expects. It's meticulously organized, tastefully decorated, filled with books and art.
It's like a window into his soul.
It is. She sees a side of him that's thoughtful, sensitive, passionate about things beyond sports and competition.
So she's getting a glimpse of the real Ben.
But she also sees his guardedness, his reluctance to let people in the walls he's built around his heart.
And Olivia being Olivia, she wants to break down those walls.
Exactly. She sees the good in him, the potential for love and happiness, and she's willing to take a chance.
Despite all the risks.
Despite all the risks. Their study sessions become more and more charged with unspoken desires, the air thick with tension and longing.
So they're dancing around their feelings.
Until they can't anymore, Ben finally gives in and kisses Olivia.
About time. Was it everything they hoped for?
It's a stolen kiss, a moment of pure passion that transcends all the complications and uncertainties that surround them.
But that kiss changes everything, doesn't it?
It's a catalyst. It forces them to confront the reality of their feelings and the consequences of their actions. It throws their already complicated lives into further turmoil.
This is getting so good. Can't wait to see how they navigate this new level of chaos.
But that kiss between Olivia and Ben, it changes everything.
Right, it's like they've crossed the line, there's no going back.
Exactly. And Olivia is now faced with this huge decision. Does she stay with Will or risk it all for Ben?
And let's not forget the emotional baggage they're both carrying. Olivia's still grieving Lily, and Ben's wrestling with his own past mistakes and the fear of hurting his brother.
It's like they're both standing on this precipice, and one wrong move could send them tumbling down.
And then, of course, Jen throws another wrench into the works.
Jen, Will's friend, what does she do now?
She reveals that she knew about Will and Lily's relationship all along, and she actually encouraged Will to pursue Olivia.
What? Why would she do that?
It seems like she wanted to hurt Lily. Maybe there was some jealousy or resentment there.
Wow, that's cold. It makes you wonder if Will was really in love with Olivia or if he was just using her.
Right, and for Olivia, it's another devastating blow. It's like everyone she trusted has betrayed her in some way.
But amidst all this turmoil, there's a glimmer of hope. Olivia starts to find her own voice.
What do you mean?
She's not the naive girl she was at the beginning of the story. She's been through the ringer, she's hurt and angry, but she's also stronger and more determined to make her own choices.
So she finally breaks things off with Will.
She does. It's a tough decision, but she knows it's the right one. She can't build a future on a foundation of lies and manipulation.
And what about Ben?
Well, he's still head over heels for Olivia, and he's terrified of messing things up.
So what does he do?
He decides to take a leap of faith. He confesses his love for Olivia, tells her he's been drawn to her from the moment they met.
Wow, that's a bold move. What does Olivia say?
She's hesitant at first, but deep down she feels the same way. And she's tired of running from her feelings.
So they decide to give it a shot.
They do. They know it won't be easy. There's still a lot of baggage to unpack, but they're willing to face the challenges together.
That's beautiful. So they get their happy ending.
Well, it's not exactly a fairy tale. There are still some loose ends to tie up. But the story ends on a note of hope, Ben and Olivia hand in hand facing the future together.
I love that. It's a reminder that even after heartbreak and betrayal, love can still find a way.
This deep dive into Astor Hill has been quite a ride, hasn't it?
It has. It's made us think about the complexities of love, trust, and forgiveness. And it's shown us that even in the darkest of times, there's always a glimmer of hope.
What are your final thoughts?
For me, it's a reminder that we all make mistakes, but it's never too late to learn from them and choose a different path.
Well said. And for our listeners out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this tangled tale. What resonated with you? What questions are you left with? Share your insights and predictions in the comments below.
And until next time, keep diving deep into those stories that make you think and feel, because that's where the real magic lies.